Hey, everybody. Well, I hope you're seeing me live now. I know how YouTube does it. Sometimes they show a commercial for like 30 seconds or something before you actually get in. But some of you, I'm hoping, are seeing me live right now. I'm actually having my phone down just below me, and I see Derek is finishing up. So probably only have a few of you at the moment. But many of you have been here before. I know we have at least one new person. Ted is checked in. He's an Islander, and he has done me the courtesy and pleasure of becoming a new subscriber. I really appreciate that, Ted. This is a different time slot for me, and normally I'm Tuesdays at 7 p.m. Central, and I've had that time slot pretty faithfully most every week, unless I'm on a cruise or something happens or whatever. But for the most part, have been Tuesdays at 7 p.m. But the reason we are doing an extra show, and I plan to do at least two more extra shows on Sunday following Island Time, is because we have a goal. And our goal is we want to hit 2023 before 2023. Let me say hi to everybody, and I'll repeat everything I just said because I know not a lot of people have jumped on just yet. Will is here. As I mentioned, we had, Cruise Nuts. Cruise Nuts is here. What's going on, Cruise Nuts? I appreciate all your comments on the YouTube videos. Ted, like I mentioned, is a new subscriber. Super appreciate that. Will is always on here. Appreciate you, Will. We got Bruce. Bruce is fresh back from the Carnival Vista. Put in the chat just how great that cruise was, Bruce, and maybe a couple of the highlights if you could put in there. We got Usnavi, Michelle. I will be cruising with her in just a few weeks, about 3 weeks. We will be hooking up and cruising on the breeze along with another big group. We got Lynn back. Lynn was the most recent winner of a shirt. We actually gave away 2 shirts last week. One went to Tim and one went to Lynn. And the thing is Lynn didn't even know. I had to message her and I had to say, "Hey, Lynn, did you know you won?" And she's like, "Oh, okay, wow, awesome." So congratulations on that again, Lynn. As I messaged you, you have the tracking number to find out when your shirt is coming in. We have, is it Cara? I want to say Cara. I hope Cara is correct. If not, please correct me. I don't want to mispronounce anybody's name. Wendy, I have not seen you. Yes, we won today. Wendy is also a Raider fan. We have been tortured this whole season, but the Raiders finally wait until now to start playing decent football. Rich is here. What's going on, Rich? Lito Tito has arrived for the after party. Lito Tito is the husband of Usnavi. So we will all be partying together soon. We got Daryl here. Bruce responding to, he was from Ocean Travel. The cruise was absolutely awesome, including the Stingrays. Very cool. I'm guessing you went to Stingray City. I think I remember you saying that. Will G, Raider Nation. Yes, he is also. Oh, Christy, you're going to allow Sadie to leave me alone for a couple minutes. For those of you that don't know, we one of the things we do is for a super chat, $10, Sadie gets a big treat that takes her a few minutes to chew up. And then if you do a $20 super chat, I do a shot as well. Okay, so go leave me alone. All right. So real quick on that, and let me write down Christy. Christy, you are the first super chat of the day. And since you are, let me explain how the super chats work. I don't know if you can see my paper. It's really complex things we do over here. I have TikTok Sandy, who did a $20 super chat to start off this new round of super chats. And that was the end of last week's show, or actually Tuesday. And then Christy, obviously the first one. Every time I reach $100 in super chats, I take my phone and I say, "Hey, Siri, give me a random number 1 to 100. And whatever that number is, if it falls in where you did the super chat, then you win a Coach Cruz shirt. So Christy, you are numbers 21 through 30 with that super chat. Lynn, you say go blue. I'm assuming that's for Michigan. Lynn, I think I mentioned this before, but I played football with Jim McCarthy, who is JJ McCarthy's father. And I just ordered a JJ McCarthy jersey. So I am super going for blue as well. No offense to Buckeye fans or anything like that. I'm rooting more for the player than the team because of his dad and I playing college football together. Jennifer same goes for the Steelers. Finally win 2 in a row. Rob and Jan can cruise. Hello all. Hello to you. Z Fireball Steve. Did I miss Fireball? I thought I didn't see the name. I'm going through it. A lot of you chatting. I appreciate you all coming in here. Thank you, Jennifer. Yeah, she's a good girl. She's a good girl. I like to make fun of her, but she's good. Lynn, did I get your super sticker? Oh, shoot. I missed that completely. I am sorry, Lynn. And you know what? Okay, so you were going to be 31 through 40. How did I miss that? I don't know. I am sorry about that, but thank you for that. And okay, there's Fireball Steve. So I missed a few. A lot of you are chatting, which is awesome. I will catch up here soon. TNT says I'm a Charger fan. Well, I'm sorry, but you know how bad the Raiders have been this year. So I don't know. What can I say? I mean, at least you're still 500. The Raiders got to win a couple more just to get there. Let's see. The Chiefs went down today. Yes, they did. Lido Tito's. If anyone's going to be in Galveston the night before the cruise, we will be at Willie G's having a few pre-cruise drinks. Lido Tito, I'm proud to report that I booked a hotel in Galveston for the 28th. So I'm going to have to take an Uber over to Willie G's. I'm not exactly close to Willie G's, but I will get there. Anita and I will get there. Cowboys are winning, and Wendy says, anyone cruising Panorama on the 17th of this month? If you are, put it in chat. Wendy is curious. And Christy is leaving in 6 days and all packed and ready. And Lynn's hoping to go to the playoff game at the Fiesta Bowl. That would be super cool. Christy, have an awesome cruise for you. And this is from Lynn. So Lynn, this is you just made Sadie very happy. Give a high five for Christy. Give a high five for Lynn. And now you can leave me alone for a few minutes. We'll see you in a few. All right. Thank you, too, for that super chat. And, yeah, if we do happen to reach 100, I'll do the drawing for the shirt. But you stay in the drawing until I reach that 100. So you will have a chance. Okay. And Lido says, call me. I'll get a ride to Willie G's, not one back, because we're going to be drinking. I got it. Yeah, I'll absolutely take you up on that, Lido. And yeah, so I think we're all caught up. So, since we are on the topic of the Carnival Breeze, Lido Tito, as just mentioned, we got Fireball Steve on here. We have Usnavi. Who else is on here that is going on the December 29th Breeze Cruise? If you're not, we're not rubbing it in or anything, but that's the cruise that, this group that we're going with here, we've done a couple cruises now together. And this will actually be the third for Lido Tito, Usnavi, myself, Derek, a lady named Rachel, and a couple others. And Fireball Steve, I just went on a cruise with this past summer, so it'll be the second one with him. And yeah, and we co-hosted a bar crawl this summer, myself and Derek, and we're doing another bar crawl on December 30th on the Breeze. I just came off the Carnival Magic and had an absolutely wonderful time, hung out with some fabulous people, made some really, really good friends on that cruise as well. And yeah, it's just been a great time. So the Breeze, I've been on the Breeze before, and I actually was watching a ship tour just the other day. I always do that before I go on whatever cruise, just in case I forgot something. And I had forgotten the layout a little bit. And it is a Magic or a Dream class ship, and I just came off the Magic, which is a Dream class ship as well. And so I was checking that out, and obviously there's a lot of similarity. The layout's almost identical. You don't see a whole lot of difference. One difference I did notice is they have an actual space dedicated to bonsai sushi, whereas on the Magic, it was just kind of a little stand in the middle of the hallway that you had to get your bonsai sushi or whatever, or your sushi, which I did take advantage of a couple times. Oh, Derek, I sent you the link on Messenger. So the link, if you can pop in, is on Messenger. So yeah, hopefully we'll get Derek to pop in here as well, and we can talk some more about the Breeze. So yeah, for those of you that are new to me and just Islanders and watch the show, with Derek, and obviously he does a fabulous job with cruise news and everything else cruise related and the travel and all that. So I do a lot more like vlogs and reviews of ships, reviews of shows. And here we have Derek coming in right now. So let me just get him right in here. What's up, brother?
What is up?
How's it going? Great show tonight. I had fun.
Thank you. I had to exit off of. I was watching you for just a minute before I joined.
Oh yeah.
You know how it goes when you end the show. It's a lot. It's a lot to keep up with chat, to think on your feet, and when you click that button to say, "Okay, goodbye, everybody," you kind of do this.
Yeah, you do a little exhale.
Yeah. So I got to watching you. I thought, bam, I'm supposed to be on this thing.
Yeah, no, absolutely. No, this very seat that I'm in right now. I mean, whenever we end this tonight, I'll do exactly what you just said. I'll sit there. If I have any of my drink left, I'll probably finish that. I'll look at my phone for a little bit, but absolutely. So yeah, so welcome to the show, Derek, and yeah, I was just telling everybody. I don't know if you saw the whole thing, but I was saying how we cruised together.
Yeah,
3 times now.
I know.
The Vista. It was the Horizon this summer, and now we're doing the Breeze.
And I didn't realize you were.
Oh, you froze up there a little bit. We'll wait for him to come back. It probably just. Oh, there you go. There you go. You came back.
I was going to say, I didn't know that you are such a big bonsai sushi fan. This is the 3rd time we cruised, but I didn't know that about you.
Oh, I'm not a huge fan, but it's like one of those things I like to eat, especially when I'm not really, like if I'm hungry, I want to go to the main dining room and I want a couple entrees and I'm just going to go down. But if I have kind of just that turning in my stomach, a little bit hungry, the feeling.
Oh yeah.
Then it's like, okay, I want to eat something that I'll enjoy, but I don't want to eat a lot. And the sushi is convenient because you can get it quick.
You get it to go.
Yeah.
I mean, my favorite is a lot of people don't know they stay open till midnight.
Okay.
So my favorite time to get it is like 10 p.m., 11 p.m. when you maybe go to pizza, but maybe you've had pizza all week, or maybe you know that line is going to be 25 people deep when you get up there. And the sushi is, what is it, $6, $7, $8? So
yeah, for their big roll, their big signature roll or whatever.
Yes.
It's only like $8, I think, for the bang bang roll, and that's a good roll.
Yeah.
That one's
And you've had a few drinks, you need some carbs to get you a full belly. That way you can wake up in the morning and hopefully the alcohol is soaked up and you can go for round 2 or 3 or 6, whatever day you're on.
Exactly. Yeah. So I know. So we're also so we have Cozumel taken care of. It looks like we're all doing Paradise Beach, and I know you mentioned on the last time we talked that you prefer. And for those of you that haven't heard it, Derek kind of dropped the bomb, and I gotta say I agree with him.
Yep.
We both prefer Paradise Beach slightly more than Mr. Sanchez.
Yep.
And I know that's blasphemy to some people. Like, how could you say that?
I took some heat from it. Honestly, the days after the show, there were 3 or 4 posts on Facebook. You know, they were on the page. And Derek, did you mean this? Are you serious? I was asked. Someone asked me, did Paradise Beach give you a free? Did you tell them you were coming back in December, so they let you go for free, some paid advertising? If you said that, and I'm like, no. I wish we had some endorsements, Coach. We don't have any endorsements.
Yeah.
Everything I say is based on my experience, and I would go back to Mr. Sancho's. Coach, I think you agree with that.
Oh yeah.
But if I'm paying my money, I'm going to Paradise.
Yeah. No, I mean, honestly, there's if one is, if you were grading them on a scale, you know, of 1 to 10, or I mean, there would be like a half a point difference. I mean, honestly, there's not a whole lot to separate them. I think they offer you a little bit more free stuff. One thing I appreciate is when you go into Mr. Sancho's, it seems like they're trying to sell you more stuff.
Yeah.
And I can do without that, you know. Those people that are bothered by them constantly coming around, trying to get you to do a massage, trying to get you to buy trinkets and all that other stuff. I just want to drink my beer or drink and eat my food and get in the water and talk and have fun or whatever. Yeah. I don't want to constantly be, you know, asked for a massage and all these types of things. And they don't really do that at Paradise Beach. That's one thing I appreciate. The drinks, you know, the frozen drinks and stuff, I would find them comparable. The beer is definitely way better.
Oh my gosh.
Because they give you, you know, like a 40. They give you a 40 and a bucket of ice cold, you know.
It is cold. I mean, refrigeration is cold. It's one of the coldest beers I've ever had in my life. And I think, Coach, keep me honest here, I think there's more actual beach at Paradise Beach. If you're one that likes to lay in the sand, if you have kiddos that like to play in the sand, is there not a longer stretch of beach at Paradise than at Mr. Sancho's?
Well, off to the side, there definitely is. Directly in front, I think it's a little bit tight.
Yeah.
Between, you know, the end of the chairs and then, you know, going right in or whatever.
Yeah.
Lito Tito says he loves the taco truck. Is there anybody that doesn't love that taco truck? That would be the question, because
really, it's the endless taco truck.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. And then they got some other things like loaded nachos and that type of thing. Christy, I'll tell you this. She says, what does everyone suggest for excursion in San Juan? For people that haven't been to San Juan, I tell people, like, just the downtown area alone where you get off is just so charming and beautiful. All the different colored buildings and the historic look of it all, that you don't even need an excursion if it's your first time there, in my opinion. I mean, you could just walk around, just be like, oh, look at this, you know, and then, you know, they have a couple old forts and things like that. But if you've been there before and you've done it a lot, like this most recent cruise off the Carnival Magic, I met some people, a Puerto Rican couple, Zaimara and Rudy, and Zaimara's sister and her family actually owned a restaurant in a place called La Placita, which is about a 15-minute cab ride from the cruise port. And La Chicha, is it Chicharron? No, I think it's just Chicharron. But the food was absolutely amazing. And then that whole little courtyard area is just a bunch of bars and shops and everything else like that. I mean, if you're just looking to go somewhere to eat, that place was fabulous. But as far as just, you know, like an excursion or whatever, that hasn't been my favorite port for like excursions. But like I said, the lunch and visit that I had there this most recent time was fabulous. I don't know if that helps you at all, but that would be my thing. So let's see. Steve says, Derek, don't empty your fishbowl out yet. Will you draw another name to give someone else a chance to win?
Is that not the definition of community?
Yeah, yeah.
Here, I'm going to draw it right now. I got it. Fireball Steve won a few weeks ago. He's won a couple of times, but that is not, and that's who he is. Honestly, it's who he is. Let's draw somebody, and if they're in here, then they're in here. If not, then I will do my best to contact them. If I don't hear from them, I'll just mention it on the show tomorrow. Here we go. Jason Grimes.
Oh, okay, yeah. I remember
Jason Grimes.
being in there.
Fireball Steve, again, you could have got you another shirt or hat or whatever, but it's big of you to say, hey, you know what, let someone else win. But that speaks of Fireball Steve and Christy. It does.
Yep. Very cool. Yep. And he was sharing all those same pictures on my page as well, which I appreciated. And honestly, I ask a lot of people to do that, and anybody that's on here watching, and I know Derek will say the same thing. We really do appreciate that because it helps drive the page. It really does. If it's only me, putting stuff up there, then, I think people are going to get disinterested, because if I'm just sharing videos or something like that, I'm like, you can see that stuff on YouTube. And I try to share different stuff as well, but it's honestly like a team effort. So I do appreciate everybody that, shares on the page. So all of you that have shared on the Coach Cruz page and stuff, thank you. And keep it up. So Fireball Steve recently posted a bunch of pictures several times, while he was on his cruise. So I appreciate that. Christy's posted stuff before up there. So yeah, thank you all. Rob and Jan can cruise say, we've been to San Juan many times. We just love to walk and wander around old San Juan. Beautiful architecture. Visiting the two forts is great too. Free tram around town. So yeah, that's kind of what I was saying as well, Rob and Jan. So I agree with you. So we're getting back to the breeze. Now, day 2, we are going to co-host the bar crawl again. And you scouted everything out. So, I mean, I know we'll start in the atrium lobby. Now, do they have a skybox on 4 like they do?
They don't, but they've got the smokeless casino, but it's got a probably 12-seat bar. And then, of course, they have the classic big bar in the casino, unlike the Vista class ships, they took out. Those Dream class ships still have them, but no skybox.
Okay. Well, that's interesting because, I mean, most ships I've been on have had a skybox. So they had that same thing on the Magic. So, I'm going to be very familiar. It's been a while since I've been on the Breeze, but when you were describing it to me last time, I went and I watched a ship tour, and I'm like, okay, this is basically just the Magic all over again. But for some reason, I thought of it differently in my head from the last time. So, and thank you for that. Lido Tito says, hit the like button if you haven't already. I always forget to say that. I always do. Thank God for the little banner that StreamYard allows me to have. And for those of you that came in late, it just coincidentally, the subscriber count that I have just works perfectly with this new goal I had. The original goal was to hit 2,000 by New Year's Eve, but I'm like, you know what? Why not hit 2023 before 2023? That's better, And then there's a quote that I like. I love quotes, and I remember this one. And it says, in order to hit the target, aim just above it. So, if we end up getting over 2,000, but don't quite hit 2023, it's we still hit the target, just not a bullseye maybe. But the hope is that we get to 2023. So if you haven't already subscribed on YouTube, if you could hit that subscribe button before you leave today, I will be very, very much appreciative of that. And we're just about to hit 1,900. So if we do that tonight, then we will be down to hopefully under 100 to hit the 2,000 and only about 120 or 125 to hit that 2023. So we're going to do the bar crawl again. And that's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah, it will.
Any particular drinks that you think we should absolutely have?
Oh, my goodness.
Drink.
There are some amazing bartenders on board, and they're going to be there. We just got off the ship, 6 or 7 days ago. We're going to be back on there in 24 days. But there's some classics. There are. And, of course, people, and Coach, I think it's important to point out, you do a good job of suggesting drinks at each venue, or you say the drink to get here, at Red Frog Pub, maybe the Caribbean iced tea, the blue drink that so many people like, or they have a red fruit punch type of drink. And there are a lot of people who are new cruisers or have never gone to a bar crawl. They're not sure what to order. So you always do a good job at pointing out, hey, this is the most popular drink, the Alchemy Bar Cucumber Sunrise, but people have the flexibility too to order what they want to order
right
at the bar crawl. But I'm looking forward to the Red Frog Pub on the Breeze is very large, and throughout cruising, I've met some very, very good friends in that Red Frog Pub. Friends that I talk to almost every day, friends that I'm cruising with, even on New Year's. Shannon and Maria are from the Houston, Texas area, and they're going to be on board. And I met them in the Red Frog Pub on the Carnival Breeze. So I'm looking forward to a big group that pub can hold. They can hold 100 people comfortably. I'm not saying we're going to have that many, but we're going to have a big group. So I'm excited.
Yeah. No, and honestly, I don't know if you saw in the message thing for the bar crawl today.
Mm-hmm.
I forget the lady's name, and if you're on here, forgive me. But she said she's bringing a group of 12. She's going to have a group of 12 on that bar crawl, and we just between the maybes and the for sure's or whatever that say they're going, and then the maybes we're at like 55, 58, something like that. But then you have a group like that might only put 2 people, but then they're going to come with 12. So we could be well over. I mean, we could end up, plus it's, approaching New Year's and everybody's got their party mindset ready to go. I think it's going to be even bigger than the last one we co-host. I mean, we could be pushing 100. We might have to divide up into 2 groups and head different directions just to so the bars aren't too overwhelmed.
Yes,
which doesn't happen very often, but we can do it that way if we need to.
Yeah,
but yeah, that'll be a lot of fun. And then another theme we got going on, and Lito Tito, I know is pumped about this one. This was his idea, and he's already got a group. And Lito Tito, what's the number going so far for the 20s outfit? And the last time I checked, you were around 60 people that had signed up that said they wanted to take part in that. So we're taking part. And Anita just commented to me yesterday that we needed to do a dress rehearsal to get ready for that. and your show, Lito Tito had mentioned he needed to lose some weight for the New Year's Eve. And I don't have that many, like you, I'm a pretty casual person. Yep. So I don't have a lot of dress slacks. But the one particular black dress slacks that I want to bring, I'm not sure that they'd fit me right now. I think I might have to lose about 10 pounds as well, along with Lito Tito was saying to get in them and stuff. But I do have my
60, coach.
Yeah.
Over 60. Wow.
That is going to make for one heck of a cool photo,
Oh my gosh.
With 60 people dressed up in 20s gear. That's just, I love that time period. Yeah. And honestly, and I hope this doesn't come off the wrong way, but women in that time period, some of their dress attire, I don't know, it does it for me. It's hot. I mean, I just like it. Like all the costume jewelry and the head jewelry and all that other stuff. And I mean, just the swankiness of it all or whatever. That was a cool time period for women's dress attire and stuff. Yeah. So I know I bought Anita some of that stuff, to wear, and I'm looking forward to seeing her in it. So Cruise Vet, thank you, sir. You just came through with a super chat, and my arm appreciates it very much because I just ran out of the little cheese bites here. And so
Cruise Vet, thank you for that comment too. You're so supportive of both channels, and I see you around other channels as well, and it's much appreciated, everything you do.
Absolutely. Yep. And you're right. I mean, I've seen them commenting with funnel heads and who is it? Moonlight.
Yep.
Yeah. So, and yeah, whole bunch of people. So I agree. Z, another one right after. Z is in so many shows.
Yes. Oh yeah.
And he agrees with the 20 dresses as well. Let me throw your super chat up there real quick on the super chats. Everybody, Cruise Vet, you have numbers 41 through 50. TikTok Sandy was 1 through 20. Christy 21 through 30. Lynn 31 through 40. I don't know if we're going to reach 100 tonight, but if we do, then I will do a drawing for a Coach Cruise shirt. I send it to you. I pay for postage, all that stuff. I mean, it's totally total prize win, whatever. And so the $10, as you saw me just give Sadie one of her good treats that takes her a couple minutes to eat. And then if anybody does a $20 super chat by chance, I do a shot here. Yeah, that's I opened that one up the last time Derek came on, and you see I got quite a bit left there. So that one might last for a while, but it's some good stuff. Angel's Envy. I like Angel's Envy a lot.
Coach, I got a hot, but I'll be right back.
Okay. All right, cool. And I'll talk about the magic a little bit here. So yeah, I might have a few people that were on the magic with me, or they're going to watch this on replay. I came off of the magic, and I don't know how many of you, like these particular ports. I know Christy was just asking about San Juan. We went to Amber Cove, and Lido Tito came in here, and as you're taking, Sadie is getting taken care of. Thank you, sir. You are 51 through 60, and Sadie gets another treat. High five for Lido Tito, and high five for Cruise Vet. There you go. Leave me alone now. Will says he enjoyed the vlogs. Thank you. Christy loves Amber Cove. Now, the previous time I was in Amber Cove, I did the Damawagwa, waterfalls, the waterfall excursions where, you walk up the top of a mountain or whatever, and then you hop down waterfalls. There's these big pools that you can hop into, below these waterfalls, and it's a really, really cool experience. It's an adventurous experience. I talked about it before that it was a little scary because I'm 6'5", 280. Every time I go on a cruise and people watch these vlogs, they're like, you look much smaller on the TV screen than you do in person. I am a pretty big guy. And so when I did these jumps off these waterfalls, the pools are big, but you can't tell how deep they are. And I had this fear of like hitting shallow water and like just getting paralyzed or something. So I was a little nervous, and I'm not a big heights person either. So that was a challenge for me, but it was a lot of fun. I enjoyed doing it. I believe Lido Tito did that as well. So that was one of the cooler experiences as far as excursions go. So Amber Cove, that would be my recommendation. This most recent time, I caught up on editing some film. I just did some video around the shops and went over to the free pool area. They have a really nice free pool area. If you're looking to just hang out at the pool and just enjoy a relaxing day like that, maybe do a little bit of shopping, Amber Cove is excellent for that. San Juan we just talked about, so I'll skip over that. But I had a fabulous time meeting some new friends. In addition to Rudy and Zamara, we had Raheem Hodge and his girlfriend, Tara. We had a lot of fun with them. And Stacy went with us as well. So that was a really good time. Then we went to St. Martin. Now, St. Martin, when I first got up, I slept in for a while, but I first got up, it was sunny out, really nice. Then it started raining. Went over, took a water taxi, and you could take a water taxi in St. Martin to Orient Bay Beach, which is a really nice beach. Long strip of shops, where they're selling anything from fine jewelry to cheap souvenirs to beers, cigars, whatever you may want, all up and down that strip there. A lot of shopping, and then a big long stretch of beautiful beach where you can rent chairs and umbrellas. And I'm sure the price changes based on demand. Obviously, if it's a bright sunny day and they have 6 cruise ships in there, they're going to charge a lot more than if they have 2 or 3 cruise ships and a bunch of empty chairs. But the particular time I went most recently, I was able to get 2 chairs, an umbrella, and 5 beers for $20. That's like the best deal that I think I've gotten in terms of a beer umbrella package. So that was a lot of fun. And St. Martin just has some absolutely beautiful beaches. And then, of course, we ended with St. Thomas, one of my favorite ports. And speaking of beautiful beaches, they have some of the most beautiful beaches. Most people have heard of Megan's Bay, and that's where I ended up going and hadn't been there in a while. If you go on Coach Cruise and you look at my vlogs for the Magic, you will find my trip to Megan's Bay there and the beautiful setting. And yeah, it's just a postcard. And you can probably hear Sadie slopping up water in the background. So sorry about that if you do. The shows that I saw were the Country Show, I forget the exact title of it, and America Rocks. Now, I will say this. I'm always a big fan of the playlist productions and the performers and the singers and stuff. I enjoyed both shows. It wasn't, I wouldn't say it was the top playlist cast. There was a couple good singers there. I wasn't blown away. Like the Mardi Gras, I was blown away. But I mean, I know they take what they feel are their best singers and stuff like that, and they put them on the newest ships and all that. So I get it, but there was a lot of talent on the Carnival Magic, and the America Rock show was a really good show. I just put that video out today for anybody that hasn't seen that show. That was a really good show. Comedy wise, I went to 3 shows. I saw 2 different comedians. They were both pretty good. I probably would have gone to see more comedy, and I won't mention their names because, again, maybe they just had a bad couple shows or a bad set or whatever. But the first 4 days or the first half of the cruise, for those people new to cruising, usually what they do on Carnival cruises is they'll have 2 comedians for the first half of the cruise, and then they get off and they go to some other ship, and 2 new comedians come on for the second half. That way you're not seeing the same comedians all the time. And the first 2 I had heard really bad reviews on, the people that had gone and seen them, so I didn't even bother to see either one of them. But the 2 that came on the second half of the cruise, I went and saw 2 gentlemen, and they were both pretty funny. I did laugh. Not like the best ever or anything like that, but it was solid. It was entertaining. Some other things that I did the alchemy mixology class. Now, I've done the alchemy class before, but it was the whiskey class. And when I signed up for the whiskey class, I thought they were going to be talking about bourbons, and it was more scotch that they talked about. So this mixology class was more with mixing drinks, and they talked about all the different alcohols. Everybody got to make their own individual drink, and then they had all these martini tastings. I'll tell you what, it was only like $20. One drink at Alchemy costs you like $12, but then they have the 4 martini tastings along with that, plus the one drink that you get to make, and then all the information and just learning about all the different alcohols, how to do it, what they do. It was well worth the money. Anybody that hasn't done a mixology class, when you look into it, if they're still only charging about $20, it's well worth it. Well worth it. And the drink that you make doesn't count against your 15 if you have cheers. So you actually get an extra one if you look at it that way for you big drinkers out there. Steakhouse. Went to the steakhouse. Loved it. I got yelled at today because, and maybe this was warranted, but in my video, if you go back and you watch my day 1 vlog, I go to the steakhouse and I'm cutting into the steak, and I showed some video of steak medium rare. And I say, for these people, or I was like, for those people that know steaks, this is how you're supposed to eat a steak. You want to eat a good steak like medium rare. And somebody, yelled at me today, basically in the comments, like, who are you to say how we're supposed to eat a steak? And I say, yeah, no, you're right. I guess it was more just a recommendation. And I basically told him that, I've had a few friends that always ordered their steaks medium or medium well. And I'd gone to the steakhouse with them. And I said, look, just do this for me. Order it medium rare. And if you don't like it, the good thing is about it being undercooked, you can always send it back and have them throw it on and cook it to medium or medium well, whatever you like. And so they agreed. And every time I've done that, 3 times now, they've said, no, this is awesome. And now when they get a good steak, they order it medium rare. And so, I guess I was proud of that. Lido Tito, yes, I did that. As a matter of fact, I think I was the first one to do it and told you all to do it. I think we're booked at the same time. I think we are booked at the same time, if I remember correctly, like 6 or 6:30. So yeah, I think hopefully we can get our tables together. But yeah, for those of you who missed it earlier, Lito, Tito, and I will be on that New Year's Eve cruise on the breeze together. And so yes, I'm looking forward to that. Lynn has also done the whiskey class. Cruise Vet says that looked like an awesome itinerary. I haven't been to any of those ports. Yeah, I mean, it was a really good itinerary. St. Thomas and St. Martin are definitely two of my favorite ports. And Amber Cove, if you're a little bit adventurous, like I said, that Dama Agua waterfalls excursion is just fabulous. I'm sure there's other excursions there. Christy says, let's throw that up there. Definitely medium rare. I agree. But yeah, like I did feel a little bit bad. Basically, the way I did say it in the video, it's basically like you need to do it this way. This is the only way. But so I mean, it's just my personal opinion, and I know I mentioned to the gentleman that scolded me that I think a lot of people that are really into steaks would cringe at cooking a really good steak, and that's probably true as well. But it is what it is. So that's pretty much it for the Carnival Magic. I really did enjoy my trip on the Carnival Magic. I met some absolutely wonderful people that I will stay in touch with for a long time to come, hopefully forever. And it was very touching. It was very touching at the end of the cruise. There was one lady, I probably shouldn't say her name just in case she'll feel awkward or whatever, but she was just very touched by some of us that she met. And, she was giving everybody hugs and kind of tearing up a little bit. And, it was just very sweet and very sentimental. The Alchemy Bar team, I mean, the Alchemy Bar is my thing. Like I'm there like every night. They probably get tired of seeing me, but I just enjoy hanging out there, talking to people, enjoying the good drinks. And in the case of the Magic and the Breeze, they have live music right beside the Alchemy Bar. So it's kind of like the best of both worlds. You get to hang out with some cool bartenders that are, usually have really good personalities and stuff, but then also some great drinks and live music, and then talk with some new and old friends, cruise family, whatever it may be. And it's just a good experience all around. So Nicola, Diana, and Brian were the 3 alchemists the week that I was there, the 8 days that I was there. They also did the class. You can see all of them extensively if you go to my daily vlogs on the Magic. But they were a really, really good group. Had a lot of fun with them. And yeah, it was a good time. And what else? I think that's about it for the Magic. Joey, that's it. Joey, the cruise director. Some of you may have heard the name Joey in relationship to Kendall Fire. That is because Kendall Fire and Joey are an item. It just so happens they're both currently in the same port, Kendall being on the Mardi Gras and Joey being on the Carnival Magic. So I'm sure whenever they get the opportunity and they're in some of the same ports together, they get an opportunity to see one another a little more often than they might otherwise if they were in 2 completely different ports. So Joey, I thought was very good. I've seen him as the comedy host, when he was on the same ship as Kendall, and I saw him several times doing that. But I had not seen him as a cruise director, and I thought he did very well for a new cruise director. His sign off is cheerio. And then, there's like a pause for a few seconds or whatever. And then he says some random other cereal. I mean, Cheerio, obviously being an English thing or whatever, like goodbye. But the Cheerios is obviously the cereal. So, people that don't know any better, probably said something to that effect. And so he'll pause a couple seconds, and then he'll say Frosted Flakes, or he'll say Rice Krispies, or he'll say Lucky Charms. And it becomes kind of like a game. And I would see people, react, like, oh, I guessed it right, or, whatever. They'll try to guess what his next cereal that he's going to say. And they would get a kick out of that. So, oh my goodness, Cruise Vet, he has given us our first shot of the day. Let me write you down before I forget. I was wondering if I was going to get a shot today or not, but you are 61 through 80 and 41 through 50. If we get 20 more in super chats, we will do the drawing for that shirt tonight. But I'm kind of pumped. I super appreciate this more than just obviously the super chat. I kind of wanted to do a shot just anyway. So thank you very much. I'm going to fill this one all the way to the top, Cruise Vet. And thank you. I'm going to sip a little bit and then shoot the rest. Yeah, I was parched. And that's a good shot. Angel's Envy. Thank you for that, Cruise Vet. If we get 20 more dollars in super chats, I'll stay, since we only got about 13 minutes to make it an actual hour. I'll stay on these next 13 minutes just in case that happens, so we can potentially do that drawing for the shirt. But yeah, I think 2 bar crawls. So I know many of you have probably watched my bar crawl vlogs. Oh, and Sadie was just whining. I'm like, why are you whining? She was telling me that, yeah, you did your shot, but you didn't give me my treat. So here you go. This is another one for Cruise Vet. All right, so leave me alone for a couple minutes. So yeah, thanks again for that, Cruise Vet. And let's throw that up on the screen. There we go. So the bar crawls, they were fabulous. Just absolutely fabulous people on both of the bar crawls. I mean, some of the people were the same on both bar crawls, but I was just so very touched. The first bar crawl was a lot of fun. Hodge, one of the guys that I was hanging out with, and Rudy and that group or whatever, he started up this little chant, like, I say Coach, you say Cruise. And if you've watched the video, you've seen that thing. And that was a lot of fun. I never had any group do that before. And then there was a couple people that, and this has never happened before, and I'm not suggesting it happens, in the future, but that they had such a good time that they did a little collection or whatever, and gave me a little tip at the end, which again, I do that. It's my pleasure. I have as much fun on these bar crawls, meeting people and kind of, doing the whole video thing and everything. I genuinely, I don't enjoy editing because it's time consuming and all that, but I enjoy editing the bar crawl video stuff. I really do, because, I'll be watching the video again and it'll remind me of the whole bar crawl, and I just have a lot of fun, and I'll catch myself smiling as I'm editing, and I mean, I do that, I guess, with some of the other video as well too, but for sure the bar crawl, because, everybody starts to get silly. I mean, you start to get silly after about that third bar. You see people starting to get a little bit silly and a little bit happier, and it's just a progression. And so by the time you get to that 6th, 7th bar, people are just having so much fun, and they've just let their guards down, and they're just completely enjoying one another's company and stuff. And the second bar crawl, there were a couple young ladies that were like just past college age or whatever. So they livened up the crowd, I think, a bit, and were really enjoying themselves along with their mother and aunt and everybody. And then we had a lot of returners to the crowd as well. So that was just another really good group. And and then like we finished at the Alchemy Bar, but all the bartenders from the Blue Iguana to the Red Frog, I mean, and all the bars really, they were all just okay, Christy. They were all just very, very cool. that's one of the things I've just admired by the bartenders on all these ships is how really personable and fun so many of them are. And for them to be personable and fun from a week to week basis, it's just really cool. So Christy just did a $20 super chat. So let me go while I'm pouring this shot. We have TikTok Sandy, and you do not have to be present to win. Lynn won last week, like I said, and I had to message her, and I said, "Hey, Lynn," I was like, "You won." I happen to have her message information, and I think everybody on here I do. So if somebody stepped away for a second and we draw your name, then we will take care of it and we'll get in contact with you. But let me go through the numbers again, just so everybody knows where they stand. TikTok Sandy has numbers 1 through 20. Christy Curry has 21 through 30. Lynn has 31 through 40. Cruise Vet has 41 through 50. Lido Tito has 51 through 60. Cruise Vet has 61 through 80 also. And Christy Curry has 81 through 100 also. Okay. Oh. And so you see my phone is empty right now, just so nobody says it's rigged. Siri, give me a random number 1 through 100. I don't know if anybody can see that. The number is 10. The number is 10. So that means TikTok Sandy, who had numbers 1 through 20, is the winner. And I don't think she's here, but I will message her. TikTok Sandy does almost all of my TikTok videos, and yeah, I mean she's done a lot of really good videos. Thank you everybody that did the super chats today. Obviously, Christy, here is to you. And Sadie is like, forget the shot, get another treat for me, Pops. Very good. And we got to take care of Sadie. You've been well taken care of tonight. All right. And that's high five for Christy. All right. There you go. Okay. So thanks again for that, Christy. Let's get that up there for you. And I know Derek asked this on his show at the end of his show or whatever, but Christy, I think you said you're going in 6 days on a cruise. What cruise is it in 6 days that you're going on? And anybody else that's going on a cruise here in the near future? Cruise Vet says yay for Sadie. Yeah, Sadie enjoys these lives, I think, more than I do, because she definitely gets taken care of between hot dogs and cheese and treats and all kinds of stuff. So yeah, Christy, I mean, you said it earlier. Anybody else that has a cruise coming up soon? Daryl, Valor in 8 days. And the Valor, yeah, Daryl, I'm sure people have said this to you before, but the Valor being that guy that jumped off or fell off or whatever happened to him. But the Valor, I had such a good time. And Daryl, are you going a day early? Because I so love New Orleans food down there. Get a good po' boy somewhere or some grilled oysters. That I look forward to very much when I go to New Orleans. So really had a great time on the Valor. Celebration. Christy, I'm booked on the Celebration so many times that I'm afraid I'm going to get tired of it. I know I won't get tired of it, but I'm on the Celebration starting June 11th, and then I go on June 25th again, and then August 6th. 2 of those 3 cruises are 6 days, and then 1 is a 7-day. And then I'm on the Celebration again to end the year starting December 31st. So I will be on the Celebration 4 times in 2023. Granted, the last time being just for a day, but I'm going to do some celebrating this year. Daryl, like I said, is Valor in 8 days. Cruise Vet, 84 days to Allure of the Seas. I got to get on a Royal Caribbean ship. It's just they've given me so many good deals on Carnival that I mean, it just there's just no reason for me not to stay with Carnival because the deals have just been ridiculously good. Lido Tito, I know, has a cruise coming up. I think I know which one it is. Wendy is on the Panorama December 17th through the 24th. You're going to get off just in time for Christmas. And then January 2nd through the 8th on the Miracle. And then February 18th through the 20th. Wendy, are you starting a YouTube channel that I don't know about? I mean, you're cruising enough that I think you could do your own thing now. But Raider Nation, make sure you got your Raiders gear on all those cruises. Maybe we can make a run again this year. What are we, 5-7 now? So if we win our last 5 in a row, maybe we can sneak into the playoffs again. Let's see. Oh, yeah. Z doesn't want you to jump off the ship either. Daryl says he's getting in mid-afternoon into New Orleans, so definitely eat some good food. Christy is going in January as well on the Glory. So, yeah, definitely you get some of that food as well, Christy. Will is going to be on the Vista in just 41 days. Yeah, Fireball. I think I know what cruise you're on too in 24 days. Is it 24? I was hoping it was less than that. It seems like the time is going slower the closer we're getting to it. Wendy says no YouTube channel for me. It does take a lot of time, Wendy. I will say that between the, making sure you put out enough video content and doing the lives and editing and everything. But yeah, and Wendy, the deals are just too good. Wendy, I'm guessing you play in the casino a little bit. Am I wrong? Correct me if I'm not, because yeah, I mean, the reason I'm going so much is because of the casino deals that I've gotten. And it's not that I've been donating that much money to the casinos. I think I've been playing just enough to get these deals. But yeah, I don't know if I should say this or not, but I'm getting deals where I'm going like that Thanksgiving cruise I was on the Magic. I cruised for 8 days for under $500. I mean, how can you pass that up? Not only that, but I got $200 of fun chips from the casino, and then I got $200 onboard credit. So, I mean, I really cruise for damn near free if you subtract that from my total bill or whatever. Okay. So Wendy says we always close them out every night. And Casino Vet Cruise Vet says the casino deals are how I get to go so often. And yep, same with me. That's why I'm cruising like a fool. And I don't think any of us have a problem with that, do we? Wendy or Cruise Vet, I think. And I know Christy, the same thing. Yep, she says, yes, coach, same here. So, yeah, we are all casino players. And, sometimes, honestly, this time I didn't play in the casino much at all. The craps table at the Magic, that's one dislike I have. I mentioned that the last time I had Derek on the show. I went to the craps table 3 different times. Okay. I rolled the dice 3 different times. I take pride in throwing the dice, right? Like, I feel like when I get the dice, like, I'm confident, like I'm going to go on a roll and people are going to make money and I'm going to make money. The gimmick bet that they have, all small, make them all tall. I've won that thing twice, if not 3 times, 2 or 3 times. I've literally hit every number before I hit a 7, so like, I don't know what I do, but I usually have good rolls. I go on the Magic, I hit my point, whatever it is. Let's say it's 6, let's say it's 8. It doesn't matter. Like almost the next roll or the roll right after, 7, and I mean, I had put money out there because I'm betting on myself that I'm going to have a good roll. And it's just like 7, 7, 7, like 3 different times. And I mean, I think that kind of scared me away. Thankfully, there was one roller that did make them all. And I bet on, that gimmick bet, 2-1-2, and he made them all. So I won $60, $60, and then $150. So I was able to get my money back. I know Lito Tito and I have done the craps table together, and we've done pretty well. Tito is saying good night, and you know what? We are coming up on an hour, so yeah, let's all say good night. Christy is saying good night. Wendy's met some great folks in the casino. Absolutely, I have too. Cruise Vet saying good night. Fireball Steve saying good night. Will G is saying good night. And I am going to say good night. And thank you all so much. Christy, thank you again for, well, all of you. Christy, Cruise Vet, Lito Tito, Cruise Vet again, Lynn, and Christy, thank you all again for the super chats and for hitting that 100. TikTok Sandy was the winner today. So she'll have a shirt sent to her. And but good night, everybody, and thank you all for coming. I think we hit 1,900. Last I checked, we were at 1,898. So that was the goal, to hit 1,900 tonight. So hopefully I'll check and we'll be 2 more people. If you're watching this on replay, hit that subscribe button if you're not already a subscriber. And thank you again, everybody. And we'll see you on Tuesday for a regularly scheduled live. And take care. We'll see you then.